You've probably never heard of him, but he's a member of the Papal House. It's a story you'll only see here on Channel 11 tonight. Long Island reporter Rob Hoyle met up with this special man in Long Beach, where he dedicates his time to making changes around the globe.
Out for a walk with his wife, Gary Krupp looks like an ordinary guy. He lives in a modest home in a middle-class neighborhood. But what he does is extraordinary. He is perhaps one of the most influential lay people in the world when it comes to spreading religious tolerance. Krupp and his wife Meredith, who are Jewish, founded Pave the Way Foundation, a non-secular, not-for-profit organization dedicated to ending the evil use of religion through cultural, technological, and intellectual gestures. It's something he says Pope Benedict firmly believes in and supports. In Long Beach, Rob Hoyle for the CW11 News at 10.
When the misguided believe that they will be blessed when they take a human life, it's the responsibility of the leaders of the world's religions to speak it out in condemnation. Governments are simply ill-equipped to respond to religious zealots. Pave the Way Foundation is a non-sectarian organization, and we believe we can help in this critical area, and here are the tools we use to move our mission. We initiate projects of commemoration, which honor the accomplishments of extraordinary individuals. Our gestures utilizing technology solidify our reputation to advance education by preserving priceless manuscripts and documents. Our work in the medical field benefits countless numbers of people. Our projects of charity directly challenge learned hatred when we prove that some whom we believe are our enemies may actually be our friends. In 2002, we led a large international group of Jewish scholars to the Vatican Library to see the manuscripts of Maimonides for the first time ever. The rabbis were very surprised by the cordial reception they received from Vatican officials and astounded by the providential events that occurred that day. PTWF initiated the largest Jewish audience in history ever to meet privately with a sitting pope, January 18, 2005. We brought over 160 rabbis, cantors, and Jewish leaders from around the world to simply say thank you to Pope John Paul II for all he had done in religious reconciliation. This historic event has been heralded as one of the most significant positive advances in Jewish Catholic relations. Pave the Way initiated the first loan ever of manuscripts from the Vatican Library to the State of Israel. This unprecedented project then paved the way to a return gesture from the Israelis. The Israel Museum loaned the Vatican a Rembrandt and Botticelli for the 600th anniversary of the celebration of the Basilica of St. Peter. It's gestures like these between the faiths that form friendships beyond politics that can be expanded. We support a Palestinian organization, the Wasatiyah Forum, which works with Palestinian youth to teach religious tolerance and to work towards a lasting peace with Israel. PTWF sponsors educational lectures between rabbis and Muslims in order to educate and enlighten the faithful to the similarities between the two faiths. With the establishment of normalized relations between Israel and the Holy See in 1994, the legal and fiscal relationship between the states has never been finalized, causing unnecessary friction. In August of 2003, PTWF successfully intervened to restart the stalled talks and work over the past 6 years to eliminate the political roadblocks in finalizing the fundamental agreements. Today, we're closer than ever before in seeing this obstacle resolved. We identify and eliminate non-security travel restrictions, which would have caused major difficulties impacting many of the pilgrims who visit the Holy Land. We developed a training manual being used to this day to educate Israeli security personnel at Ben Gurion Airport to teach them religious sensitivity in dealing with the multi-faith visitors to Israel. This has all contributed to increased tourism, which benefit Israelis and Palestinians alike. Pave the Way Foundation identified the papacy of Pope Pius XII as a major interreligious obstacle. With over 1,000 books written to date, both critical and in defense of Pius XII, the result to date has been that there is no consensus reached. It then became apparent to us that this academic logjam will never be resolved. In the furtherance of our mission, PTWF decided to identify and publish every possible document and eyewitness available. To date, we have over 40,000 pages of original documents and news articles on our website. We video recorded eyewitness and noted expert testimonies on this dark period in history. In September 2008, we held a 3-day symposium in Rome to disclose much of the information we located. With our ongoing document retrieval project, I am happy to report that our efforts have resulted in many academic institutions now beginning to take a serious second look. This fresh, unbiased examination has resulted in some cases in the restatement of much of the current negative positions of the efforts of Pius XII to mitigate suffering during World War II. We are confident that our continuing efforts will reach huge benefits in setting the record straight and removing this obstacle, which affects over 1 billion people. On September 18, 2008, we brought the 80 Jewish scholars and leaders from around the world who joined us to reveal the findings of our symposium to Pope Benedict XVI. When alerted to a private sale opportunity, Paved the Way alerted the Vatican Library and identified a private donor to acquire the Bodmer Papyrus, one of the most important Christian manuscripts in the world. As a result, for the first time in history, the Gospels of St. John and St. Luke, written in the year 150 A.D., are now available for worldwide learning at the Vatican Library. We sponsor concerts and museum exhibits to enlighten the largest number of people possible. Pave the Way is acknowledged as one of the only organizations in the world that took concrete steps to help to finalize the Israeli affirmation of the Greek Orthodox Patriarch of Jerusalem, Theophilos III, thus beginning a new era of cooperation between the Greek Orthodox Church and the Israeli government. We've been working to repair the rifts within the Christian Orthodox faiths. This further enhances our image as the peacemakers of religion. These are just a few of the gestures and projects to show how truly effective we've been. The mission of PTWF is to create a positive and trusted rapport with the representatives of all of the faiths at the highest level. We intend to use these relationships to task the leaders with the obligation to act immediately and decisively with one voice anytime religion is defiled and used to justify acts of violence anywhere around the world. You may find it hard to believe that such a small, unknown organization has accomplished these historic events and milestones. Our success is due to the hard work and dedication of our directors, advisors, volunteers, and supporters around the world who stress that moving our mission is paramount to all else. It's with a sense of urgency that Pave the Way advances these projects, since we believe that it is the abuse of religion that will impact the lives of your children and generations to come. We are well on our way to changing the course of events in this most critical area, paving the way towards international peace. Please visit our website at www.ptwf.org. If you're interested in becoming part of Pave the Way Foundation, please contact us. And thank you so much for your time.